Now, one of the things we should do before we finish up with a chart is to um, change some of the aesthetics of the chart so that it looks nice, because most of the time charts are being viewed by somebody other than the people who collected the data. So in order for them to be useful, we need to include um, descriptive titles for things like the axes and the chart itself and the legend, um, in order for the person viewing it to really understand what they're looking at. So um, changing these aesthetics in Google Sheets is pretty easy. If you just click on the chart title, and then click on it a second time, you'll get a little box that pops up where you can change the chart title. And then we're going to give it a very descriptive title. These are movie ratings. This chart in particular was women who were doing the ratings. So we would say something like average movie ratings for by women. And then when we hit enter, it will apply the changes that we made. With axes, we can do the same thing. In this case, this axis represents the age of whoever was rating. So we're going to use that and change it to age. If we don't see an axis title, like we don't see it for the vertical axis, we can always go to Advanced Edit, and we can change the axis title. If we want to change the left vertical axis title, we can add an axis title. In this case, we could add an axis title that says average rating, or average movie rating even. Okay. Now it could be understood that because we titled this average ratings by women, that's what each bar represents. But to be safe, we can always add in a title. So when we click update, that adds it to the chart. The next thing that we want to consider is the legend. Now, the legend is only useful really when there are multiple variables being shown in one chart. And if that's the case, you want to make sure that they're descriptive so that people can tell apart the different values or the different data that's being shown. The thing is, with both Excel and with Google Sheets, the average or the entries in the legend are related to the actual data in the chart. So this label up here is what's being shown here. So in order for me to change that, I need to change the actual label in the chart. So it's recommended that instead of making your chart and then trying to go back and fix this, what you should do is make a copy of your data. So make a second sheet that has all the data on it so you can edit the stuff and edit the categories that you want, or labels that you want, to a more descriptive title, then create your chart. In this case, with it being just a single data set, it's not necessary in order for us to it's not necessary to have the legend. So we're going to get rid of it. So we click on Advanced Edit, and we're going to scroll down till we see legend, and we can find legend. There it is. We can change it to none. We could also do this on here if we click on the legend, just like we did before, where we double click on the legend, except it's not working, so we'll just do it the other way. You can click twice on the legend and it should pop up a little drop down like this, but we can select none, click update, and there it is. Okay. In Excel, it's similar. To change the overall title, we click twice, and then we can change it. We might want to change this to the same same values, the same title we had for the other one. Average movie rating by women. This time though, we're not going to press enter because that would actually add another line. It's treated like a text box. So we're going to use the ESC key to leave the focus there. And that makes it so that it kind of sticks, quote unquote. In order to add axis labels, we need to add and show those on the screen or on the chart. So up here, if we click the green plus again, we can add the axis titles, and then we can edit those similarly by clicking twice, and then we can blow this up. This is age, and then this one, average movie rating. And that's all done. Now this one doesn't have a legend. If it did, we would make sure that this legend checkbox is checked or unchecked. And again, same thing with as with Google Sheets, the legend entries are tied to the columns, so you need to, before you start creating your chart, make a copy of the data and then change the column labels first, then create your chart, and that will change the entries in the legend itself.